Hi everybody, this is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is video 3 in our BeeBeeCraft series for this shipment. I'm filming this in September, and so I believe I ordered them in August, and it took me about, this is our third video, so we're 3 weeks in once we started doing them. Now these are the items that we haven't highlighted yet. First we did the unboxing, then we played with our flower press. Now we've got our safety pins and our cloth leaves, our charms that look like owls, our wax seal that looks like a steampunk clock. We have our metal stencil, and we have all these die. Now the ones we're going to focus on today is we're going to actually do a project with the steampunk chain die, and I don't know if we're going to have time to make a wax seal to put in the corner, but just pretend in your mind that we did if we don't get a chance to, because I have some kind of ideas that we might want to play with. So what we're going to use is, I think, this one. Yeah, let's go with that one for now. I'm going to put this stuff away, up here out of the way. And then we're going to set these over here as well. Maybe under the charms. Under the charms and over the pins. And we're going to prepare our paper first. So let's set the die aside over here, the ones we're going to use. Now, what we want to do is we want to make this paper look a little more steampunkish instead of just being a cream-colored piece of paper. So what I've done is I've gotten out a vintage photo, gathered twigs, and black soot, distress ink. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to color the paper with these using water and the ink. And you're wondering to yourself, well, Terry, how are we going to do that? You can't spray the pad and just put the pad down. No, but I can put the pad down and then spray it. So let's try it. I've only done this a couple times, and we'll see how it goes. We want to start, let's start with vintage photo. So we're going to take our vintage photo and we're just going to turn it over and we're going to smush it. Let me get some paper towels. Whoops. Can't believe I forgot to get a couple paper towels. Definitely need those for this, because we're playing with water. Okay, so we're putting down our vintage photo. Can you see it on the surface? We're smushing it, smushing it, smushing it. Then we're going to spray it with the water, just a little bit. This is just plain tap water. And I put it in a spray bottle that my old eyeglass cleaner used to come in. Or no, this is a old bottle that my spray-on antiseptic for cuts and bruises came in. Okay. And that will kind of activate it a little bit. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to touch, 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 touch. Just keep doing that all over the paper. And you can see what it's doing. Pretty cool. See if we can get some brown up in here. Maybe a little more over here. And it doesn't matter if we layer it, that's fine. Okay, let's spray a little more water. I want to go ahead and use this up as much as I can. Touch it here. I always forget the corners. Okay, so we've got this. Kind of let that dry for a second. Then we wipe this off. Since it's still been sprayed with water, it should come off fairly easily. I do have a little bit of glue on here. Should have wiped that off, but see, you're going to have about this much. So this is my handprint. Take it down to the forensics. We're going to go with Gathered Twigs, which is the next shade darker than Vintage Photo. And we're going to do the same thing. And now this surface is damp, so you can see it works a lot better. Plus, this is a darker color. So now we're going to spray it with water. And we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to dip it and dip it. Yes, you can see the darker color. Dip it. Should have been doing 2 pieces of paper for this, but well, I know what we can do. I have an idea. Let's get some more of the darker over here. Always forget the corners. Get right in here. And the more you tap, the more it makes those little spots. And so you can see we've got the 2 colors on here so far. Now we're going to come in with the black. And look, there's a little line right there, little dots. There must have been some glue on the thing. We've actually got quite a bit left. Let's go ahead and put some more on. If you just turn your paper around as you're going, then there we go. See, look, I still need some over here. A little bit left. Let's reactivate it. The water gets it going. Yeah, that's a lot better. I'm trying to not have any just plain cream colored areas. See, I'm trying to avoid those blobs as well. Must not have let it dry long enough. I really didn't want a blob, but that's okay. Okay, so let's wipe this off. We're going to come in with the black. And now we won't need as much of the black. Get this wiped off. Sorry about that buzzing. My alarm on my phone went off to let me know it's time to watch Morning Joe. There's that line, I think. Some glue. That's why I like working on this glass surface. You get fabric tack on there and you just scrape it off with a razor blade. Sometimes if it's thick enough, you can get it with your fingernail. This is my ugly nail. Now I got a blue one. Okay, so let's cover this back up. Let's do our black soot. And then instead of, I was going to cut out some images of these and put them on this paper, but I think what we'll do is I think we'll try a better experiment, which is we will take and cut these out of this and then see if we can put some rub-on stuff on it and see what we can make it look like. And then that'll be our project for today. Okay, so we'll take our black soot. Ooh, see how much is on there already? We just barely touch it. Black soot is notoriously crazy for getting on everything anyway. Okay, let's just touch it. Touch it. See how nice that's looking? Let's reactivate it a little bit. Let's get a little some more on here. And a little bit. We'll just keep going. getting it all over my hands. Black soot gets everywhere. Look, you can see it on the back. But remember, it doesn't matter what the back of this looks like. See? That looks good. Do I want any more black on it? Maybe a little bit right here. And maybe a little bit right there. Okay. That must be a damp spot because it kind of is smearing right there. Let's get the rest of this black soot up. Now, I'm hoping this is less than 6 inches wide. It's just a little bit wider than 6 inches, so we are going to have to trim just a smidge off. Let's take this little side off here. Oh, actually, it's shorter the other way, so we can still fit it through our big shot. Okay, now we're going to take we're going to let that dry. And we're going to take our pieces. Let's see, where's that little opening flap? Is it on this side? Oh, I hate these things. Everybody uses them nowadays too. There it is. And a little tip, I keep mine back in these envelopes. I've been using a book as well. Just a little side note. To keep my die in, that way I can keep them together grouped. These are all my nature ones. And that's all the further I've got, actually. So when you take one of these sets apart, you're probably going to put them all in one section here. So it won't matter that I wrote BeeBeeCraft on there. But I write it on there ahead of time until I put it in here. Because that way, if somebody asks me where I got it, or maybe I want to order another set as a gift, then I know right where I got it. Okay. All right, so let's pull this out. Now we have to take this apart. Yay. We're going to have all these pieces that we're going to have to keep track of. So we've got this chain. Comes off along here. Now, it looks to me like this piece is supposed to come off. Maybe not. It looks like a blade. I'm going to leave it as a corner. I don't know, though. I think it's supposed to be 3 different pieces. Yeah. Because these are all different pieces. Boy, some of them are going to be kind of hard to get off. And here's a gear. Let me get my pliers. Let's lay this way. If it curls up, then you can just spray a teeny bit of water on it. And it'll flatten back out. You can see as it goes. Because I sprayed the back and the front, so they're now drying at the same rate. So it's not curling up. Of course, that activated a little bit of our ink. Didn't really want to do that. This looks like it comes apart. Yeah. Some of these you'll be able to bend the little connector pieces off. Some of them you're going to have to take off with your pliers. But these little pieces, these little connector pieces, you want to take those off and throw them away. Don't want them laying around for your pets or anybody to get a hold of. And you can stab yourself in the foot with them. I promise you. Does it sound like someone who's talking from experience? This is the one I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get out of there. It's connected in so many places. Let's see if we can get some of these other pieces out. And once there's not so many connections, maybe it will be easier to get out. So you're going to have to check each piece. Some pieces may break off without the connectors because they're all on the piece next to it. Some of these are so very small. I'm listening to Sirius XM channel 553, which is Classic Rock Top 1000. Right now they're playing Jethro Tull. Gosh, I really don't want that little thing to be on there. There we go. Finally got it off. If I had known this was going to take this long, it would have, the little key comes out. Kind of like that little key in there. This little connector will not leave a mark. It will cut the key out separate. And then it will cut this out as well. It should. I guess we better take it out. I don't know why they put two connectors for that one little key, though. And that's what makes it hard to get out, because you can't really twist it. Okay, now the key's going to have both connectors. This is going to be fun to cut out, that's for sure. Lots of pieces. Let's see if we can get this. There's a connector there. 1, 2, 3 more, 4 more. Anyway, if you get Sirius XM and you like classic rock, they don't play them twice until they get through all 1,000. So it works out really well. There's all those little connectors. Gosh, we're going to have a bunch more. All right. There we go. So we got that big square. And I think I'm going to leave these gears together. We'll cut out separate gears. That way I don't have to chase down that little lock. I'll leave those together to cut out. I think I will take the connectors off these little ones off the ends. Makes little happy marks on my hands. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Gosh, I'm almost thinking we better not do this piece. We'll save that piece. We'll do all the little pieces. We'll do all the little guys. Okay. It's kind of curling up a little bit, so let's put it that way. I don't know how much you can see. Then you just lay them with the blade side down, so you're going to have the smooth side up. You just lay them down on here. Put these little ones in the center. And all you need is a little bit of a gap because there's already an edge around it. A little happy mark on my hand is not very happy. You might be able to get some doubles. And then we'll put this one on here. That. This is how I do whale tails. I just make a bunch of them all at once. Run this through. The reason this is difficult is because my plate is curved, not because it's normally difficult. If you have two new plates or two flatter plates, then it's going to be a lot easier for you. Since, like I said, since we're gluing these down, I mean, we're not going to do it in this video. We're just going to show how you can make some custom paper before you cut these out, these steampunk ones, or ones that could be steampunk ones, which looks like are going to be a little interesting to get out. Looks like most of them. There's one. It's a little gear. Oh, cool. Get all these little pieces of paper off here. Well, I'll do that off camera. Okay, now there's two tools, toothbrush and the pick, that we use for this. Now the die is in here. Oh, it looks cool. But we have to poke it out. So you have to use your little pokey tool. Poke out the little holes first. So those are the little holes in the gear itself. See, if you don't, then there's still one there. Oh, look at that chain. Can you see it? And it's all the different colors and stuff that we did. So I probably won't do anything with these. Oh, look at all the little, yeah, because this is going to be a nightmare of poking out little holes to make all these little gears. You're going to have to poke out every single one or your gear is not going to have. This is what it looks like on the back side. And then this is what it looks like. Whoopsie. with those punched out but not knocked off. Okay, so there's that die. Let's see if I can find, I wonder if it shows up better on a black piece of paper. Oops. Let the camera focus for a second, but I don't know if you can see because it's a small piece. The paper that we used and colored has now made these really interesting die cuts. So they're called a die cut once they're cut out. These are called die. So anyway, all you do is keep doing that. And take your pokey tool and poke, poke, poke. And get this big piece out. You might be able to use this big piece for something. I would save it. You never know. Steampunk is just odd, you know, shapes and images and gears and things. But you're going to want to poke every one of these little ones out. That's why it's going to take a few minutes. I'm not going to make you sit and watch me do that. So, let's see, that's that one. Let me do this one real quick. Now you can go one more step. And you can use some, I have some like bronzer. And you can make it look a little more vintagey. These are small pieces though, and I'm thinking that if you used it, it's just a rub-on, which means you just rub your finger in the stuff and then you rub it on. But I'm thinking it might cover it, all the work we did. Oh, that one looks really cool. I wonder if it's focused yet. I can't tell. Okay, so those are the bigger ones. This one is still in the paper. This one, so we're going to have to punch it out. These are going to have to be, oh, this one's still in the paper. This one's going to have to be punched out. Anyway, so that's all we're going to do for this video. I just wanted to show you a different way that you can, instead of just cutting your die cuts out, you can make your paper interesting first and then use your die to cut out stuff. Now, as this, for a steampunk image, I would probably use a black background and then put the gears and stuff around, maybe some people, some images of hot air balloons, and weird animals with people's hats on them, or, you know, whatever it is that your vision of steampunk is. Okay? And so that's going to be it for this short demonstration video. And I will see you in the next BeeBeeCraft video, which will be the next time I do an unboxing for them. And so that will be just a second for you when it's posted and a day for me when I get it done. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.